What's up, tubes? Just wanted to come on here. It's been a while since I shot a video. Didn't want to think I forgot about everybody. Just haven't been knowing really what to talk about lately. I feel like there's so much information coming out that it's hard to just zero in on one thing. So I just wanted to kind of like share some of my thoughts of what I think is happening right now. Because like I've said before, at the end of the day, all we have is to go off of the information that we see and then to make the decisions ourselves, because we clearly can't trust our politicians, our mainstream media, even doctors. You know, it seems like people have sold out, which is just wild to me. But you know what I think is happening, because there's been a lot of like theories going on, and obviously YouTube just changed their stance on things even more, so I have to be careful how I say things. But you know, all these theories that were coming out when the you know what was first released, and how, you know, people thought, well, maybe it's mass depopulation, and I still go along those lines, that I still believe that. But you know, you have people that obviously have taken the jabs, and obviously they're still here, they're still talking, you know, they're still seemingly perfectly healthy. But I think there was, you know, the adverse reactions to it, the disability from it, even some of the deaths, you know, that was, I don't think that was necessarily the plan to begin with, to make everybody just immediately croak over. And that would make sense, right? Because if everybody did that, then clearly they would know that the jab is not safe and effective, even though there's plenty of evidence to show that it's not. But that would just completely kill their whole narrative right off the bat. Like, nobody would be getting it. So that kind of makes sense to me. Now, I've been seeing a lot, and I just had a buddy of mine show me, you know, an actual video of someone showing immunity tests after, you know, before, after the first, and after the second, and how it progressively got worse. And I can put a link to that below. I'm not going to try to explain the science of it, because I'm not a scientist or a pathologist or virologist or epidemiologist. However, you can clearly see through the data, especially as he explains it, and I've seen other people, this isn't the only video, but this is a great one to show how people's immune system is becoming destroyed basically after they get these jabs. I've also seen in the very beginning, before the jab was even started, just when it was starting to be rolled out, information from other media sources, to include the Red Cross, where they were saying that you couldn't donate blood if you were, you know, if you were jabbed to other CV patients, because it wipes out the immune system response. That was their words, not mine. So clearly this is something that is manufactured. Whether I'll even give them the benefit of the doubt, maybe they didn't mean for this to happen, but it's happening. So people are getting the jab, their immune system is getting wiped out. You know, there was conspiracy theories that were brought out about how there was like components of HIV in these jabs, which would kind of make sense. Now it seems like, because, you know, HIV leads to AIDS, or it can lead to AIDS, autoimmune deficiency syndrome. And then what is, you know, AIDS isn't really what kills you. It, you know, you have a serious infection, or you get some other disease, and because your immune system is so weak or wiped out that it's not able to fight it, and that's how you die. So people don't die of AIDS, they die of other diseases and infections that happen because of their AIDS. They're because of their, you know, immunosufficient response being destroyed. So if you wanted to wipe out a large percentage of the population, and you manufactured I won't say fake, because clearly people are getting sick. I understand that. I'm not cold-hearted to that, and I feel bad for all the people that have lost loved ones because of this. However, it's not Ebola. It's not, you know, something that has a high mortality rate. The response that we had to this is not what we should have done, and it caused more damage than good. So they release a bioweapon cause a bunch of fear and panic and propaganda and make people think that they have to take this in order to survive. And at this point, that didn't work, right? So now they have to incentivize it, but then even that didn't work. So now they have to threaten, because their patience is running out with us. That, you know, we didn't take the free jab, we didn't take the incentivized, you know, gifts that they wanted to give us to get the job. Now, well, we'll just threaten you with your job, your ability to socialize, travel, and that'll get you to take it. So then you take it, your immune system's wiped out, and then what? I mean, it's only a matter of time, just naturally, before you get sick again. But what if they release something else? Something that normally, a normal immune response, you might get sick and survive it, but without, you know, having a strong immune system, now you're in a whole world of pain. You probably don't survive it. That's just my 2 cents. That's what I think's happening. And you can call me a conspiracy theorist, you can call me crazy, you can call me tinfoil hat wearer, I don't really care. It's wild to me what's happening right now, and there's not enough people up in arms about it. You know, like, I'm not saying to go out and start rioting in your city or anything like that. I'm saying if you have a social media following, or social media, you have a channel, you have, you know, some type of connection, some type of way to get your message across, you should be using it. Because there's not enough people talking about this. And, you know, maybe there's a lot of people that do think that all this is happening, and they just think, well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to, you know, I'll just keep quiet, and, you know, I'll just worry about things if it gets really, really bad. Well, if it gets really, really bad, there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. And if you think for 1 second, just because you're one of those people that goes along with the government, or doesn't want to ruffle any feathers, or doesn't want to hurt any of your buddies, you know, your friends' feelings, they don't care about you. Like, they released something to kill people, whether you were a supporter, you know, antagonist, whatever you want to say. They don't care about you. And even if you side with them, they're still gonna turn around as soon as you turn your back to them and put one in your head. Like, do you not think that they will gladly scrap you? You're a useful idiot. That's exactly what you are. They call you useless eaters. That's what you are. That's what I am, a useless eater. So people need to start waking up to this. People need to start speaking out against this, because things are getting really bad in other countries. Like, now on top of all this, you have supply chain interruptions. In the UK, they're running out of petrol oil, natural gas, coal. And you start to see some of these European countries, they're starting to game plan for not having electricity. But that's funny. Like, what? How long? Was it 3 months ago? We had the whole lights out scenario. Remember that? And then a couple months before this pandemic was released, we had war games for how the society and economy would handle a pathogen being released. Yeah, you don't remember that? I do. So, and now they're doing more exercises to prepare for a lights out scenario. Like, it's so obvious. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, it makes perfect sense. All of this makes sense. We know where this is going. It's almost like they're giving you the crystal ball. They're showing you the plans. And then we keep hearing about this dark winter, and everybody's speculating, does that mean another pathogen? Does that mean lights out? Does that mean war? Does that mean nuke? Like, what is this dark winter that everyone keeps talking about? You know, they don't ever elaborate on what they're talking about. They just give you these subtle hints of what's to come. And I think it's going to really be a hodgepodge of multiple things happening, because once one domino falls, the rest start to fall. I really hope people are paying attention that, like, this country isn't just under attack, we're being dismantled from every facet of society. Society is breaking down. Murder rates are up through the roof. The economy is on its last leg. They have to prop it up with fake money just to keep it from going, because they know they're gonna wait until they're ready to pull the plug. That's when the economy is gonna start to fall. They're not ready yet. Obviously, there's something in their plans that they haven't gotten to. They haven't been able to accomplish yet for them to bring everything down. I mean, we're seeing in Australia, like, the police being militarized and firing rubber bullets. Actually, I've even seen in some videos where it seems like they're actually using real bullets against their own people. And I know that not all of them are bad cops, but there's even evidence to show that these police officers have been hand selected. They've been brought in by, you know, the Soroses and the you know, whatever, the Rockefeller, whatever family you want to attach them to, because nobody in their right minds would do that to their own people. Eventually, those are going to be your wives and husbands and brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers. Do you think that because you go along with, like, again, I go back to what I said before, if you work for them or you do their bidding, that they're not going to turn on you eventually? You're just going to have blocked and incarcerated and killed and maimed majority of society, and then there ain't going to be no one left to save you. So you can stay quiet all you want. You can hide behind your little computer, your house, and not try to ruffle any feathers. But all you're doing is, maybe at the very best, you're buying yourself a little bit of time. And you're making your already dire situation even more dire. That's all you're doing. That's literally all you're doing. And this whole mentality that people think, like, you know, I came on here and I showed, like, some bug out bag and some different tips and prepping, you know, items that you should have and things that you should, you know, have in your house and in your bag and whatever. And those are all great. Those are all going to make you more prepared than the average American. But if anybody thinks that they're going to go out in the woods and Patrick Swayze this, like, you're out of your mind. Like, nobody's going to go out and survive in the woods for long periods of time. That's for a couple days to get away, to get out of Dodge, to get to a better situation. But if the situation's dire all throughout the land, you and your family, especially if you have kids, aren't going to go Red Dawn this, you know? Like, it's not going to happen. Some of the most highly prepared and highly trained warriors and soldiers in our military and wouldn't be able to do anything either. So what makes you think that you're going to be able to do it as you work a 40+ hour job? And whatever free time you have, you're spending it with your family. You're sitting on your couch watching football. I'm in there with you. Like, I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm saying the amount of training that we would need is through the roof, and even then it wouldn't do anything. We have power in numbers. That's our only chance, literally, and God. If God so chooses to save you, because that's it. That's all you got. So those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Peace out.